This is still one of these states where I can drive around for a while with no license plate. And I take full advantage of it, not getting any temp tags. So in today's adventure, we're going to get license plates for his car. And I promise you, it's not boring. This is a tale of typical incompetence, lack of efficiency, and we're going to make a fun day out of it. As fun as you can, going to a county courthouse. If I even go in. Maybe I'll cancel this video halfway through and not go in. But I promise you, this is not as lame as it's going to sound. And these are the reasons why. So the problem is that the car dealership decided to put all the taxes down in the state and not put it in a city or county and break it out. So they lumped it all together. That's about twice as much as the state taxes should be. So obviously that's what they did. So I went to City Hall and they would not have that. They want the city and the county broken out. They won't figure it out and they somehow can't figure it out. So, and they told me that if I don't get it fixed, they're going to charge me again. Now, considering that the state's going to give me a $200 EV penalty, even though it's half a year, plus the fact that they messed up the variations last year and they increased the values of all the Teslas, even though the values have been going down, I don't want to give them an extra bonus for corporate incompetence and government efficiency. So I called the guy up and he tells me to go downtown. They never had this problem before. I think it's because the guy's new and he's never done it this way before, is what I'm thinking. But we'll see what happens. Maybe if the line's not too long. If the line's too long, we're just gonna go. So my name is Jeff. I normally do hotel reviews, travel, history, architecture, things of that nature. If you like that sort of thing, like and subscribe. I do small towns. I visit the supermarket in small towns. I've ended every small town video. That's my new thing. And if you like all these sorts of things, travel for hotels, name it, look at the channel, like and subscribe. Now, honestly, between charging and paying for parking, this cost me about 50% to twice as much as it would anywhere else. But I do it for convenience. If I'm going to be here, I might as well plug in. And that amounts to what, like $1 or $2, quite frankly. $1 or $2, I figure I pay for convenience. Get to go to the park, and I get to not completely waste my time today. And we have a nice park here and other things. So you see how they got the security camera there? And everywhere you look, there are over county security or city security cameras, control boxes. Apparently this highway underpass has funding issues. And when you look up, when they tell you what all the money goes to, where they're short, more than half of it, most of it, I forget the percentage. I probably guessed like 60 or 70, goes to security and policing. And this thing has a hard time staying open because of police funding. That's where all the money goes. And the thing is, I think Birmingham, downtown, has probably some of the best parks in the country for downtown parks. This one goes for maybe a mile or so. They reconstructed this underpass at night. It's really nice lighting. Secondly, it's in the south, so it's shady. So the sun doesn't beat down on you and the rain doesn't beat down on you. And this is great. Over there you got a playground, you got dog walking, you got picnic areas, you got skateboard parks, you have, I think there's supposed to be a food truck thing. I don't know what days there's on. You got everything. You also have a bunch of picnic benches, ping pong tables, city lockup, right there. This is all, obviously, pretty brand new. Oh, I forgot to mention the pickleball. See, so it's just the 25th. Got a nice playground. I like it, actually. All the way to 15th, 10 blocks. I'm guessing about a mile. They even have a neat little amphitheater. Sometimes the road's closed for activities. An activity zone. And speaking of road being closed to activities, these guys, they're going to be parked here probably like all day. Or at least hours and hours and hours. If it were not for these parking lots off this side, there would be nowhere to park because all these guys like to take up the spaces during a day. quite frankly, parking is kind of lax in Birmingham as far as I can find. You got people that make the U-turns in the middle of the street, which we're not even going to rant about in this video. But I used to work in a building downtown, which is, I could tell a million stories what that's like. So I don't trust banks anymore. It's a bank. And no, I remember one of the people that worked there for years and years says, "Oh, you can park in the street, they don't ticket you on there." Well, first of all, a couple of days later I saw tickets up and down that street. But secondly, apparently it's a well-known rumor in that building, I suppose, that people do that. And you know, I think I would see tickets maybe once every, I don't know, I'm just gonna make a guess, 6 weeks. Not that often. And that would have been a gold mine. They could have done it like every day, but once in a blue moon, every couple of weeks, the whole block would be papered. And maybe that was a new thing. They haven't done that for months and months and months prior, so. Oh, here we go. U-turn. Look at traffic stopping because they got stuck. Backing up right in the street. Look at that. Okay, so over there's our destination for courthouse/revenue center. Probably going to go through the x-ray machines, which I'm not looking forward to. So I can be told the same thing, they're going to charge me twice in taxes. I think if they charge me twice in taxes, we're going to take a drive to a dealership and get it fixed. Here's a fun crosswalk. Maybe it's not in the maintenance budget, but I push a button, whole thing's about to fall over. City Walk. Birmingham. Museum parking only. That's funny, I think this thing was broken for a couple years now, all of a sudden it works. So here you have the Birmingham Art Museum, which does all as anything else here, predates even the civil rights movement. Anyway, when you get before like the Depression, 20s and 30s, you get like some massive development in this town. I like to talk about some of it on my channel, because you see how all this courthouse is, you see how all this art museum is. Art museum's free. Look, it's got blinking light. No riding on sidewalks. Okay, we'll see about that, I suppose. I like these parking garages where they find a crevice and stick a sandwich shop right in it. Scenic view. That's gotta be the best name for a shop. Scenic view. Scenic view sandwich shop. Right in the garage. So here we go. This courthouse is erected 1929. There used to be another one about 2 blocks that way. Massive grand Victorian looking thing, you know, with bell towers and all that, before it was Art Deco. And now it's a little shiny bank building. So not often do you get that. Now, this is also interesting. In 1929, check this out. I used to plaster it over for courthouse. There's a big controversy because they were scrubbing symbols that were like culturally insensitive, but these got to stay up. Years ago, the line would stretch for hours, like 5-6 hours. You had to wait in line for us. And now, it looks pretty good. But look how beautiful this building is. It's Art Deco. Okay, so we have a tax assessor. We have a tax collector. But apparently it's over here for revenue. You see with chairs. So, let's go this way and see what's going on. I believe this is what we want. This is fun looking. Mission accomplished. License plate in hand. They charged me properly. We even got a lollipop out of a deal. See, we even got a lollipop. See, it's pretty good. It's did a good job. Outside the courthouse, and across the way, we got City Hall, big park. For whatever reason, I always like this sort of thing. And maybe it's a history. I mean, everything here is Matroni's. The art museum, the City Hall, the courthouse, this whole park. It's really neat. And if I have to do it professionally, I really don't like going into these courthouses and through the thing, but there must be a difference between the federal buildings and the state and county. This one, the security one, was real nice. I put it through, no hassle. You go through these federal buildings, these federal courthouses, oh man, they could be nice guys, but there's always like 7 of them. They all have these jackets on. They make you take off your belt. You got, you know, wherever you're a lawyer, it doesn't matter what you are, you got to take off a belt. It's just, you know, a whole thing. Now we're going to try to get into the research library. But apparently the entrance that I used to use is closed, and you have to use the main one now. You can't go that way anymore. So, let's go ahead and try it out. See? This building's from 1927, so it's another Art Deco one. It actually has two buildings. So check this out. They still got trees in the atrium lobby. Like those old movies and videos. Where in old days there'd be trees everywhere, but they got rid of them, so everything's bland and horrible. This still has trees. That's amazing. Huh. I found all the Terry Pratchett books. Here's all the Terry Pratchett books. And you got Muggles and Magic. And how to read Harry Potter. Not bad. So you have to cross the sky bridge to get to the original library. Since now you can't use the entrance anymore. See? Science, Copernicus, Newton, Watt, Bell, Edison. Check out how fancy they used to make free libraries. See, look at that. Even the air conditioner is well hidden. It's in the bookshelf. Even the Otis elevator has this nice wood library paneling. Check this out, they got the model of when they built the library. And it's original, look at all the cars. They're like the 70s cars. Check that out. And I don't know. Oh yeah, that's the windows we were just looking at. There's a parking lot to the courthouse. That's how old all of this is. So also today's gonna be a nice day too. About 70s. There's a little bit of rain. Next week's gonna hit the 90s. Gotta be stifling. Hot, hot, hot. So I think it all worked out. And if you made it this far, the video's done, and like and subscribe. And I'll see you at the next interesting thing I do.